Hey guys, and welcome to another Back in My Play video. I am Kevin, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sony PVMs that are out there. These are professional video monitors that were used for video production back in the late 90s, and today they're a little bit of less use for people because clearly the aspect ratio is 4:3, and there's newer equipment out there. But when these originally came out, they were about $1,500 for a 14-inch PVM, and we're looking at one of them here. This is a Sony Trinitron model, and we're gonna do a quick tour and talk a little bit about it. So I don't know how well this camera is going to really pick up the quality of what we have going on here, but if we kind of go back to the main screen, you're going to see it's going to try to do some color correction. It's going to be hard grabbing it from a CRT, but you know, hopefully you can see that the picture is just unbelievable. This is just through S-Video, where you're going to be having even better quality through things like composite, or I should say component video. I shouldn't even say component video, I should say RGB video through a SCART cable that would go to BNC connectors. So let's go around the back and we'll look at the bottom here. These are your inputs. You have your S-Video inputs, you have your, you'll see there's a little BNC connector right there that allows you to hook up a composite video input. And then on the bottom row you have separate inputs for red, blue, and green. That's going to be your RGB, or for your you know, your SCART to BNC connector input. The monitor, this specific one, only supports mono, but also I should mention this is the PVM-14M2U, which is kind of a popular unit, but it is one of the better units out there for the 14-inch model. Again, only through S-Video, but the picture on this thing is unbelievable. Looking at S-Video, just right from the seller that I bought it from. It was just a guy who is a professional video editor, and he needed to get rid of old equipment because he got new equipment. So this is the time to buy if you want to try to find one of these, because I got mine for 50 bucks, and that's about the going rate. But if we're talking about just stuff for retro gamers, like this is unbelievable to be able to get something that looks this good. And I know the camera's playing some tricks, but I should say the image itself from the screen, but it just looks really good. And you can hook up anything from a composite signal to an S-Video signal. It has a mono speaker in the front, which is fine. If you don't, well, I'm hooking up to stereo speakers just through a RCA to a 3.5mm jack, but these things are great, and you do have plenty of options on the bottom if you want to specify like what you want your picture to look like. So don't worry about that if you're kind of crazy about that stuff. But wow, it's a hell of a picture, and I don't know how well it comes across on the screen or anything like that, but I would highly recommend, if you're watching this video, you should probably try to find one of these if you have the room for it, and you're willing to, you know, deal with the space. Like, I'm just putting it on my desk at home, like my computer desk. So for me, I can find the space, and you can just, like I said, hook up to external speakers, or you can go from a stereo to a mono if you think like you're trying to go from a stereo female connector to a male mono connector for RCA. And that way you can at least get both channels of sound out of that mono speaker. But the speaker itself is great. It's just, you know, mono. So yeah, that's that. I would definitely recommend going on Craigslist. eBay, not so good, because you have to pay to ship this stuff out here, and these things are heavy. Like for a 14-inch TV, I would say it's probably like 25 or 30% heavier than a commercial TV or a retail TV that you would just have in the home. Obviously there's better hardware in here, but that's about it. I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna have another sip of my super energy drink, but I recommend checking these out. Go on Craigslist, see if you can find one local, just because it makes too much sense. And for someone that has a FrameMeister and has a bunch of RGB cables, the SCART cables and all that stuff, it's going to be hard for me to not play stuff on this. And I'm going to be looking extra hard to find a 20-inch version, just because it looks so good, and it is the most authentic version of the picture that you can get. So yeah, that's it. Don't forget to check out backinmyplay.com, and go search on Craigslist. Go look. Maybe you can find one on eBay, but you're going to be paying to ship something that's like 70 pounds for a 14-inch and even more for a 20-inch. You're talking about maybe even twice as heavy. So thanks for watching.